A polynomial p is given. P of x equal to x cubed plus 5x squared plus 10x. Find all zeros of p, real and complex. So we will begin by factoring an x out of each term. So we will have x times x squared plus 5x plus 10. Now, using the zero product rule, which says if we have two things, a times b, and that product is 0, then one of them has to be 0. A is 0 or b is 0. In other words, the only way we can multiply two things together and get 0 is if one of the factors is 0. So we'll set each of these factors equal to 0. So we have x equals 0, and we have x squared plus 5x plus 10 is equal to 0. So here's one of our roots here, x equal to 0. The others we will get by using the quadratic formula. So we will identify a is 1, b is 5, and c is 10. Then we'll use the quadratic formula, x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. Substituting, we will have minus 5 plus or minus the square root of 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 10. This will all be divided by 2 times 1. And so we have x equal to minus 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 40 divided by 2. Then we can simplify what's under the radical, and we will have minus 5 plus or minus the square root of minus 15 divided by 2. There is no way that we can simplify by canceling common factors in the top and the bottom, but what we can do is factor a 1/2 out of this, and we would have 1/2 times minus 5 plus or minus, and then rather than writing the square root of negative 15, we would write this as I times the square root of 15, since the square root of negative 1 is I. So here are the other two roots.